How's it going, guys? Slacker here. So today I want to do something a little bit different, something that's not off-brand too far from the channel, but not necessarily on-brand. My last several hobby talks have been about the card game aspect of it, and the extensions of the card game aspect, such as like Yu-Gi-Oh! Orcas or like some other things. It had some things that weren't in the aspect of it, like we have collectible figures and stuff. Like for my Yu-Gi-Oh! One, we have these little Mega House figures and Funko Pops and stuff. Um, but today we're gonna keep it on brand for the most part. Um, and we're gonna get away for a little bit from the Pokemon and card game aspect of things. We are still gonna talk about Pokemon though. So we have the Pokemon manga, or I guess comic manga. So back in my day when I was younger, um, I had these. These aren't the ones I had as a kid. I had bought these to kind of relive them. I need to put them in bags and boards. But these were kind of our answer to manga. They didn't, I guess, in America, they thought it was a little weird to have uh, manga in the sense of like reading right to left instead of left to right, like we normally do. Um, so they just said, hey, we'll just, everybody's familiar with comics, so we'll just put out short runs of comics. So this is the complete set of four. Flip it to the back here. You can see they did Gundam. They adapted the original movie, the first movie. This series, Picture Shocks Back, has only 4 issues, and they did a short run of Dragon Ball. These didn't last long. This is not what I paid for it, and it bothers me that they put the sticker on here. Um, that's all right, whatever. These are old. These aren't in the best condition, and I knew that going in, so it's fine. Um, but yeah, I love the artwork in these, and I guess these comics were to adapt the anime, I guess, or like adapt episodes of the anime into like shorter stories because these don't really go together, but they're recognizable from the anime. Um, the art style is really cool, really expressive and colorful. Um, I guess not really colorful, but because it's in black and white, but it's very expressive. It's got very detailed. Like look at this Tauros right here, very much just a bull. Um, so I believe this one is the Poke Race episode. We're not going to be reading through it or nothing. I'm just going to be thumbing through the pages and showing off some of the artwork and just kind of generally talking about it and me as a kid. So I had some of these as a kid. I grew up on comics. Yeah, people put in their own artwork and submitted it. People made their own Pokemon. But yeah, this was the racing episode. So back when I was a kid, I had Dragon Ball ones. I had a few of the Dragon Ball ones. I believe there were Dragon Ball Z ones as well. Um, we'll just move on slowly to them. This is the second one. We'll move a little bit through faster through them. Um, they were the artists in these really up to the human aspect of them. Like I love how just more anime they actually are, and more like comedic and expressive the Pokemon are. Like we don't get Pikachu looking like that anymore. We got Flareon. Yeah, we these are really cool. Inuyasha, I guess, had a comic book series as well. If you like Inuyasha, if you grew up with these, it's got Porygon on the front. Love Porygon. We got Pikachu. We got number 3. I forgot what this one was. I believe this one was just a Pikachu one. Yeah, this is, I guess, this Pikachu got away and they're just kind of talking and doing stuff. But yeah, these really take me back because I grew up with the Sonic Archie comics. My mom picking them up for me from the store. I didn't have any aspect of like, oh, these are sequential. I didn't have any grasp on that. Oh, number one, two, and three are the same or a story. I think I started with like 100 and something in the art and the Sonic comics. I still have my old Sonic comics from when I was a kid. I still do have those originals. Um, but I loved Pokemon. I loved Sonic and stuff growing up as a kid. I, of course, you know, these damn stickers that they put on here. Yeah, there's the Dragon Ball Z one right there. But yeah, I love Pokemon. I love Dragon Ball growing up. I was definitely an early Toonami guy or early Toonami kid. Uh, Watched it with my cousin. You know, loved Dragon Ball when it would come on. We'd go and watch it. Um, but yeah, these are great. Like older comics. If you're a comic book fan, um, but you weren't sure about older comics for any reason, if you're gonna do it, go back and collect some older ones. Like the older ones just hit a little bit different. You can see some older ads. You can really get a feel for like what was like the trend back in the day, like what people were like interested in, or stuff like that. All right, come on. It is just really cool to see older ads for me because it does take me back a little bit. I am old, as I said. I had these as a kid when I was growing up. Um, but to stay in line, we're going to talk about manga too, because manga is a integral aspect to comics and stuff. We do have the Pokemon mangas here. These are the collection editions. These are I believe volumes 1, 2, and 3. Um, each one of these has 3 in them. I only have 1 and 2 right now. I started buying them and just took a break from them. But these are fantastic. If you've never read the manga, you are doing yourself a disjustice. These are great, great reads. If you're a Pokemon fan, I'm pretty sure you have some aspect of how crazy the manga can actually get. Um, Especially with just how far they take certain things. They handle the battles really well. They handle characters, and there's a lot of depth to them. And there's a lot going on in terms of what actually happens in these mangas and comics and stuff. But yeah, these are fantastic. The collector's editions are great. If you see them for a good price, I forgot how much they retail for. I think you can get them on Amazon for pretty cheap. But we also have Volume 2. Like I said, these are great artwork, just like the comics. I don't think they are done by the same person at all. The other ones are the comics are done by Toshihiro Ono. These ones are done Hidenori Kusaka, and Mato does the art. I'm just reading off the bottom right here. I don't know that off the top of my head. Um, Definitely give yourself a read of these. Go to your local library. I know they have them there. If you go to the library still, if you read digitally, that's fine too. I'm definitely a physical book kind of person. I like to hold it and read it and go, you know what, this is a good book. I can loan it to a friend. Move these off to the side. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. So just to kind of tie back to the card game aspect of my channel. I am going to talk about other things like board games and stuff too. But this is the Yu-Gi-Oh movie manga. This was really weird for me. It's just retelling the events of the movie with just random scenes and like this really manga-y, comic booky look to it. I actually don't hate it. The movie itself is obviously not great, but this is the. Hold on, my dog. Yeah, my dog's being nosy. Um, But this obviously the movie is not that great. If you've never seen it and you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, definitely give it a watch. It's pretty funny to watch. Definitely they break the rules a lot, just like old Yu-Gi-Oh does. This takes place a little bit after, and like this is such a weird movie because it's not tied in canon. It takes place like after the Battle City, but Yugi still has the god cards and everything. Definitely a funny read if you can ever find it. And I do have several of these. I just left them on the shelf. The original Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh fans are very much aware that season zero, if you've never seen it, was based on the original manga. It took them a long time to get to the actual card games. And even then, the card games didn't really take off until way later. This was just Kazuka Takahashi's way of just expressing himself and his favorite board games. It's very much a game of the week type manga when it was originally coming out. And there was some, I don't know if it was a horror manga. I wouldn't say it was a horror manga, but there was definitely some dark undertones going on in this series. Um, Definitely dealing with some not darker subjects because this is, not like, you know, not a mature manga, but it's definitely not a yeah, you give it to your little kid and let him read it. There is a lot that goes on in this that doesn't happen um, in the anime, or just happens in a very different way in the manga. People aren't just alive. Pegasus isn't around after the ending. Um, but yeah, these are great. Little reads, beautiful artwork, as you can see. Like, it's very, very strange how he uh, banishes the people to the Shadow Realm, essentially. Which, honestly, I don't really think it's called the Shadow Realm in the manga. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've read these. Um, but just the aspect of these are just, it gets a little wacky. He handles a dude with a gun. Just some weird stuff. But as you can see here, the card game isn't a thing. This is Capsule Monsters. I don't think that he also had like these weird how to play like dice games right here. Like, these are like little build your own adventures dice games. Um, but the original Yu-Gi-Oh got so popular because when they introduced the card game, it was supposed to be a play on, I believe, Magic the Gathering, or kind of similar. Um, and it got so popular that that people were like, "Oh, what is this game? Can I play this? Is this real?" And they were like, "Well, people really want this," so they took this concept and said, "All right, we're going to essentially reboot Yu-Gi-Oh." Um, to we're going to revert back to a point and go, "Hey, here's card games," and eventually that's it. That's the Fat Lay saying that day, and now this is what Yu-Gi-Oh is. It's just card games and you know world-ending events that can be solved by card games. But thank you for listening to my video, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Um, if you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Have you read these? Do you have a complete set? How old? How long have you been reading them? Let me know. Start a dialogue in the comments. Um, let's let's get a conversation going about this, because I like stuff like this. I have other mangas that aren't card game based or Pokemon based too. Um, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have a good day. Keep on collecting.